Good evening, Dwayne here. Today is Wednesday, 10th day of August 2011. Quick look at the markets. I've never shown you this chart before, have I? Tonight I will. We got red lines, we got green lines. Okay. Green lines bullish, red lines bearish. Okay. That's easy enough. Green candles, red candles. We all know the drill. We get across here. We get across back here. We get across back here. But before we got this little cross here, we got this big cross where? Uh-oh. Right here. Now, how can the green go above the red when the market's moving down? That's a very good question. Is it moving down? Or is it consolidating in a range? You're so glad I asked that question because you didn't want to. Think about it. Look at this right here. I'm going to draw a line, make it just obvious. See that? See that cross right there? Now, when did that happen? Did it happen way up here? No. Let me not pull your chain. It happened here. And what happened from there? Well, you know, from the open of that candle, the drop was probably only 15 points. So I don't know if that's your daily goal on the ES, but that's what that presented. Now, look at this. I mean, this is a little crazy, and this is a little why it's trading. It's a day trader's paradise right now, but it's a little difficult. I mean, some of these moves, the swings, the volatility, it's harsh, man. This market will harsh your mellow. Now on Thursday night, I'm going to go into a little detail on this chart, what it is, how it works, why it works, what it's all about. But I think I'm just giving you a little teaser here. Green above red is bullish, right? If that's what price is. If red is below green and that's where price is, then the action is bearish, right? Okay. So what about something like this? I mean, I could go cherry pick something, but let me show you something very troubling. Okay. This is a 2-minute chart. Have you ever seen me show you a 2-minute chart? No. All right. Okay, we have what we would typically refer to as a bullish cross. It doesn't look like it on a 2-minute chart, but there it is. The green gets above the red. At the same time down here, what happens? The green gets above the red. So you're saying that if I enter this market at 1127 and change, I got a shot at getting to 1135 and change with the current volatility? Yeah, it's a possibility. But look how this works. It hits, it pulls back to the where? That green line. It bounces, pulls back to what? Green line. Now here's where it gets hard, okay? You've had 2 nice bounces. You've made, I don't know, a couple days worth of profit just off this little move. And then what happens? Oh, we get a drop. What do we get there? That'd be a bearish cross. And then we drop. Do we get a real pullback entry there? No. what we have to keep in mind is that we're still dealing with, okay, let me spill some of the beans right now. We're dealing with a larger time frame laid on top of a smaller time frame. I'm always telling you to look at the larger for the backdrop and then go to the smaller for the entry. So on this 2 minute, I'm what do they call that, a mashup? Yeah, I mashed it all up for you on one chart. Okay, so the big lines here, as long as you got the green above the red, we're bullish. No matter what these other guys do, the major theme is bullish. Okay, so this is an outlier. Once it gets back in step, oh my goodness, here's a pullback for a humongous long. Oh, resistance. Huh? We have got a lot of volatility right now. We've talked about this on the daily show and the live trading room over and over and over. Okay? If you're not willing to accept additional risk, in other words, if you normally trade with a 2-point stop, if you can't give it 4 or 5 or 6 with good conscience, you need to stay on the sidelines, stay in the bleachers. I'm telling you this from my own life, okay? This past week, rather than just flow with the volatility, I've been heck bent on showing this market that I can trade you with a 2-point stop. And this market showed me that no, you can't. Was I right on 90% of my trades? Yes. Yes. Did I get stopped out by a few ticks on most of them? Yeah. The other guys who email you their videos, they don't say that. They don't show that part. They use the little plug-in, the market replay to make it look like they were heroes in live time. And you know what? I got to face God someday, and I just can't tell you that lie. It's not true. Look at this. Look at the tail on this thing. Okay, right here. You know that if this doesn't hold, the market changes. No matter what the little guys are doing, this is the big guy. If this doesn't hold, it's all falling apart. Guess what? It holds. It holds. It holds. Now you get into a situation where you're not only you got the green above the red, you got the green above the red, you've got to pull back to the upper green. I mean, this is what in a normal market would hand you 2 to 4 points. This pullback entry right here, red, green, red, green. Remember that. Red, green, red, green. Ooh. Yeah. The pullback entry, 1135, just rounding it off. You get a little drawdown to call it 1133. It's not that much, but we'll call it that. From 35, it runs to 57. What is that, a 22-point move? Again, under normal market conditions, same thing, 2-point move. Can you make a living off 2 points a day in the ES? Yes, all day long. And we talk about that, okay? We don't want to limit you, constrain you, bind you, hurt you, mess you up, confuse you. But look what happens right here. You get the green below the red. Uh-oh. What's happening? You got green below red. You pull back up here. Now look at this thing. This is incredible. 1141, we'll call it, is the pullback entry. The drawdown is 1143. Now I'm trying to show you need to utilize additional risk. You know, you got to have larger stops, but what happens? Look at that thing. This thing rockets out of here. And then, what does it do? From 1140 we hit 1113. I can't even do that much math in my head. I'm kidding. I really could. Okay. This isn't magic. This isn't voodoo. This is just our special glasses helping you see. Here it goes again. Look at this. Okay. Oh, let me back it up. The market's moving down, but what happens? Our green gets above the... How does that happen? Yeah, you're asking that question. Whoa, 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 whoa. You don't get a bullish cross in a downward move. With this chart, you do. And I'm going to teach you this in the Thursday night class. Okay? If you're a partner, this Thursday night, I'm going to teach you this chart and how to trade it. The market's moving down and we get a bullish cross. That's crazy. All right. Now what happens? What happens? Oh, we got a bullish cross on the small side to coincide with the kind of weird bullish cross up top. And then what do we do? What do we do from here? Just for instance, let's take a worst case scenario, 1123. We rally to, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you, $11.23 to $11.43, roughly. It's not about pinching it off to the lowest common denominator. Now, what do we get here again? See, this is bearish. The market rises. I'm not going to try to tell you this thing's perfect. We're just getting the bullish cross here. Okay? We're actually getting a bullish cross in a rising market. This chart will give you things you won't find in other charts. It's very unique in the way that we've put this together. I'm going to ask Michael to code it tomorrow and present it to you live tomorrow night in the partners meeting. But you got to be a partner to get into the partners meeting. So email Dwaine, DWAIN, @CFRN.net so that you can be in the partners meeting tomorrow night. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow morning at the bell.